And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week.
Good morning. It's Saturday and another edition of the best 60-ish seconds of your week. So please, as we ask every week, just take a second to like, share, subscribe, or comment on the best 60 seconds. We're really trying to build our audience, and it's working. It gets bigger every week, and thank you for doing that. And final recap of the World Cup. No more talk about soccer here. Make a lot of people happy, but the whole notion that FIFA stood for fixing it for Argentina was laid to rest in the final game as the Spaniards beat the living snot out of Argentina, limiting them to no shots on goal, and Messi with just a couple of dozen touches in the entire contest as Spain is World Cup champions for 2026. And as we say goodbye to the World Cup, it's worth noting that this event was really fabulous for the United States of America, the most watched sporting event in the world. People from around the globe came to the United States to see and observe the World Cup games, and they loved America. They'd been told something very different by their media and by the international media about what the United States of America was. I knew of some Brazilians in Philadelphia, as you know, I am one, who thought that they would be maltreated by Americans because they were from Latin America. And they said, this is the greatest place we've ever been. We're coming back. And these are people of real wealth that are now going to be bringing their dollars and their time and their families to the good old US of A. So American can celebrate. It's hosting the 2026 World Cup and doing such a great job and welcoming the world and showing them what we're really all about. And of course, Iran continues to dominate international news, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'll just say it again. We simply cannot trust the Iranians. They've never made a deal they've kept. They love to negotiate with the U.S. because ultimately they end up sticking it to us. They know they're going to do it in advance, and they almost are gleeful over the fact that they can bring us to our knees in negotiations. Meanwhile, never, ever intending to carry out any of the promises that they've made. Meanwhile, stockpiling and continuing to stockpile nuclear capacity and capability with the ability to strike Israel, Europe, and many say the United States of America. It's time to stop Iran. There's only one way to do it. And for those of you that subscribe to our daily briefing, the breakfast briefing, and if you don't, please do. I think you'll really like it. It goes out to tens of thousands of people every morning. And this week, we had a column by former Congressman Chris Carney. Now, any of you that know me know I didn't always agree with Congressman Carney, but this one, he's spot on when he talks about electric capacity, capability, and generation, and says Pennsylvania needs to generate more electricity. We need to have more capacity, more competition, and meet the growing demand for electricity, particularly as AI takes center stage. A good article by former Congressman Chris Carney in this week's Breakfast Briefing. Maybe you can catch next week's at charliegiroux.com and subscribe there to pick it up free of charge every day. And finally, each week we pay tribute to those who have passed on during the previous week. And this week it's two particularly tough ones for me because both were personal friends. First of all, Ray Keating, the chief economist at the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Council, passed away this week. A great economist, a man of deep Christian faith, and just a really good guy. He was a prolific author. Many of you saw his columns in national newspapers for years. He wrote several books and was constantly promoting small businesses and entrepreneurship. He will be sorely missed. I knew Ray for a long, long time, even before he went to the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Council, and he was always a dear friend. May he rest in peace. And finally, a really tough one, former Congressman Tim Murphy passed away this week. I will be attending his funeral today in Pittsburgh, and it will be a tough time. Tim Murphy was just a great friend, a good congressman, a good state senator with a distinguished record, and also a noted psychiatrist, Navy officer, and patriot. He was, most important, a good friend. When I was so sick, he visited me, prayed for me daily, called me weekly, and was always there for me. I wish I could have been there for him at the end, but he passed away very quickly of a sudden heart attack. He will be sorely missed. His record of service to this country and this state are memorable, and will rest with all of us as a memory. And may he too rest in peace, and may perpetual light shine upon him. And for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.